Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. This is day one of our trip to Secrets Maroma Beach, Riviera Cancun. Our home airport is undergoing a major expansion, and we had to board the plane from the tarmac, which was a bit unusual.
Folks, your captain speaking. For those of you sitting on the left side of the aircraft, you may notice we have just started our de-icing procedure here. Shouldn't take very long. Additionally, we also have now some flow control into Calgary. That means
So the de-icing ate into our connection time. We did make it, but with just minutes to spare. Like salmon swimming upstream, we made our way through the busy airport to our departure gate, and basically made it with about 5 minutes to spare. So if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where you can fly direct to Cancun all year round, be very grateful. Our in-flight breakfast choices were an omelette or pancakes with rhubarb compote, and we both chose the pancakes, which were surprisingly light and fluffy. And I mean, who doesn't love a hot breakfast and a mimosa when you're 30,000 feet in the air? I should mention that we're not sponsored in any way. We pay for our own trips, so these are our real, honest experiences. Once we arrived in Cancun, we made our way through the immigration and customs, which were really unbelievably empty. At least 2 other flights arrived at the same time, but we sailed through and we were outside waiting for our transfer within about 15 minutes of landing. We always fly with carry-on only, so we asked our driver to make a stop at GoMart so we could pick up some sunscreen and a couple bevies for the ride. This approach road to the resort is not the best, but it was made a bit worse by some heavy rain. Our driver was entertaining us with a story about the little crocodiles that he sometimes sees crossing that road during hurricane season. Welcome to Secrets Maroma, Riviera Cancun. This is a 5-diamond, adult-only, all-inclusive, located about 42 kilometers or 36 minutes from the Cancun airport. This was our second trip here, and we debated not vlogging. However, there have been some recent renovations completed. In fact, they're still working on part of the resort, so we thought it was important to cover this. When we arrived, we were greeted with some smiles and refreshing cold towels, and then we were escorted over to the check-in area. One change since our last visit is that Preferred Club guests now check in at the Hyatt desk, as opposed to the preferred club lounge, which has recently been renovated. Once we were all checked in, we were shown to our room in Building 26. Welcome to room 2622. This is a preferred level junior suite king with a partial ocean view. To the right, we have a bathroom with a large jetted tub. A double sink vanity. A nice sized shower with a rainfall shower head and a wand. And our favorite Le Labo toiletries, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I just wanted to point out this extremely handy little clothesline that's found in the shower. I feel like a lot of resorts skip over this feature, but we really do love it. It's just a great place to dry out your bikinis. Next, we have a good-sized closet with robes, slippers, ironing board, a little handheld steamer, and a safe. There's also a good-sized drawer at the bottom. If bathroom privacy is important to you, these divider screens do close all the way. Here we have a nice assortment of snacks and an espresso machine and coffee. And here's the mini bar. We've got juice, soda, beer, and bottled water. If you have any special requests, you can just leave a note for your porter and they will try and hook you up. If you're finding this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really does help us out. Some of the suites at Secrets Maroma have this step in the room, which has been a source of some controversy. I've heard of people tripping over the step and getting quite injured, broken toes, etc. There is a light there with a motion sensor that's quite sensitive, so you've been warned. And here we have the balcony. You can see it's a tropical view of the resort with a little peekaboo view of the ocean off to the right. There's a daybed, a bistro set, and a nice sized jetted tub. We did find the balcony a little bit tight, so that, in addition to the very dangerous step, we were happy that we only spent the one night in this room as we had upgraded upon check-in, and we moved to a second room the next day. During your stay, if you don't want to be disturbed, just click the little red button by the door. It will be visible to the outside and no one will knock. It's important to note that if you do want turn down or housekeeping, that red button has to be turned off. If you order room service but you don't want to interact with anyone, just keep the red light turned on and they'll drop off your room service in the secrets box next to the door. By this point, we decided it was high time for a cocktail, so we headed over to the preferred lounge. So this is the newly renovated Preferred Club Lounge at Secrets Maroma. We thought they did an amazing job using all the wood and the rope. It's contemporary, but with a nod to the rich Mayan culture. We were super impressed with the assortment of snacks available in the lounge. There were always various hot dishes and salads and desserts. These are all refreshed frequently throughout the day. When we stayed at Secrets Moshe in the spring, I was really disappointed to find out they wouldn't make a coconut margarita there. This is probably my favorite version of a margarita, so I was really excited to get back to Maroma and enjoy a few. And of course, you can never go wrong with a blackberry margarita. Huge shout out to Arturo. These drinks were truly outstanding, earning 5 bikinis out of 5. Dinner tonight was at Himitsu, the Pan-Asian restaurant. They open at 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. This is the only restaurant that requires reservations, but only if you're doing the teppanyaki experience. Dress code is considered casual elegance, so sneakers, tennis shoes, or dress sandals are appropriate. Short-sleeved dress shirts or collared shirts. No sleeveless shirts or flip-flops. Long pants are required for men. There is some flexibility for the dress code if you don't mind sitting outdoors. But if you absolutely cannot adhere to this type of dress code, this might not be the resort for you. After dinner, we decided to explore our dessert options at the 24-hour coffee shop, Coco Cafe. And that's a wrap for day 1. We had a snorkeling excursion booked for the following day, so decided to make it an early night. Thank you so much for watching.